Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us for a conversation with one of Milwaukee Rep's impact partners, the Boys and Girls Club. I'm Jenny Toutant, the Interim Chief Education and Engagement Officer. Laketta, can you please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your role and the mission of Boys and Girls Club?
Hi, everyone. My name is Laketta Caldwell, and I am the Arts Director for the Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Milwaukee. Our mission is to help those students who need us most. So there's more to our mission, but for me, that's my favorite part of our mission is that we serve students who need us most. We have 5 different core areas. We have art, which is my favorite, education, career and development. We have leadership and character programming, sports and fitness programming that we offer at the clubs.
Wonderful. So we've been really excited to be able to work with you and your youth this summer in a virtual capacity, which is new to all of us, to provide arts programming. Can you tell us a little bit more about your summer programming and what you've still been able to offer to Milwaukee families?
So we've been very fortunate that even when we were shut down and we weren't physically in our spaces, we were able to provide our families with programming across our core areas, specifically art. We have lessons that we post on our Facebook page where families can be engaged with their students. They may not know how to be creative with their children, but we give them different story drama activities. We give them Fine Arts Friday with Cassie. We went live just a few weeks ago. We had a nursery rhyme battle. I was the headliner. It was so much fun. But we just provide ideas and opportunities for our families to engage creatively with their students. We also have our Davis Dancers program that's been meeting during the Google Classroom format. So we have different catalogs of art programming that we've been offering via Zoom or the Google Classroom.
Fantastic. How does the programming that you've been offering during COVID-19 differ from what you normally do for the youth in the city?
Well, the biggest difference is that it's always in person. Like right now, we have about 25 Boys and Girls Clubs that are open, but they can only have 50 kids in the space. And so we know that there are other students who may want to come to the Boys and Girls Club, and we don't want them to miss that programming. So the virtual program gives us the opportunity to still reach those students, either via Google Classroom and or Zoom or by going to our social media outlets. So that's the biggest difference, is that normally majority of our program is in person and not virtually. But it's been really cool because it has allowed us to be creative and think outside of the box.
It's been interesting too with our programming. I've been really thinking about how we redefine what access is,
Mm-hmm.
and we've found that some of our youth programs too, we've had youth that are attending now that haven't been able to attend because the in-person has actually been too difficult, but now we've been able to engage with some folks virtually, which has been neat.
And it's really cool because transportation, I don't know if that's an issue for you, access. Now we're able to reach those students who may not have had the transportation to get to the club, and they're able to participate. We're really fortunate to have high quality professional practicing teaching artists who teach our students how to draw, how to dance. We've had some music programs. Some of our partners, like the Rep, have been able to do virtual programming with our kids. So we've been able to provide that high quality arts programming even in the midst of COVID.
It's amazing. So what are you've been in touch with these youth and their families. What have you heard from them that is most needed during these challenging times?
So in the beginning, I can say they needed, some families didn't have computers. So NPS had they were giving out laptops. We also gave out laptops for our parents to be able to have in the home. So that was a big need. Also, for some of our art activities, our students didn't have the supplies. So we gave out a lot of art bags in partnership with some of our partners who supported and donate, like the Milwaukee Art Museum, and some of our other partners helped us with the art kit. So that's been really cool. Those were some of the biggest things and that our families need. And also food. Food was another resource. The club and or the school is where the kids were having their lunches. So we have given away over like 10,000 pounds of food to families during this time.
That's incredible. In addition to this health crisis, we've also been reconfronted with pandemic of systemic racism that's obviously been ongoing for over 400 years. So how has the recent uprising in the civil rights movement impacted your work at Boys and Girls Club?
I think it has helped. Well, I don't think we have a program, our teen program that is on our Facebook page on Tuesdays. They've been having dialogue around what's been taking place in the community. We've also formed a solidarity committee where we talk about what's happening in the community and what the Boys and Girls Club will do to be a part of the change that's taking place.
That's great. Do you find the youth are really engaged and involved with it?
Yes, especially our teens. Our teens are college students. So our college graduation plus college access program has been having conversations, and a lot of the college graduation plus students have been engaged in protests and wanting to get involved and have their voices heard. So that's been really good for us.
That's amazing. I love any way that we can amplify youth voice and get them engaged in the dialogues and the conversation. Thanks for sharing your work for us. I know I wanted to keep this conversation a bit short too. I do highly encourage anyone who is listening to check out Boys and Girls Club's website, support them in any way you can. How long have you been around now in Milwaukee?
Me or the Boys and Girls Club?
The Boys and Girls Club.
The Boys and Girls Club has been around over 125 years. So we are one of the largest Boys and Girls Clubs in the country.
Mm-hmm. So please do check out their work. I mean, it's really amazing what they do for the community, for the family, for the youth. One last question that I want to close out our conversation with today. If you had one wish for Milwaukee right now, what would it be?
I would say to love each other, because love never fails. And if we love each other, we'll have empathy for each other, and then we'll come to the table and we'll work together, and it doesn't matter who gets credit for it. But I think it's really important. Yes, Boys and Girls Club is one of the largest youth serving agencies, but I think if we could come together with other organizations and agencies and love each other and really show the community that we're there for them and that we're empathetic with what's happening, I believe major change can happen.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for your time, Laketta, and for all of the work that you and the Boys and Girls Clubs are doing to create positive change in Milwaukee.
Thank you. We love the rep.
We love you. And I can't wait to be able to see you in person again, too.
Yay.